Good morning from Koh Rong. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I really don't. So I've got up, it's about 7 AM. I'm gonna get some breakfast because I'm hungry. This is like the aftermath of the night before on the beach. I mean, we were sitting here. So I've done that thing where I vlogged the whole morning without the microphone turned on, because why not? That's annoying. Nowhere seems to open until 8 or half 8 on this island. It's a bit strange. So yeah, what I said without the microphone on was I left Kirsten Scott in bed, I came to get some breakfast, and I came to check out what my options are about leaving the island. I'm not sure if I want to leave the island, I'm just not sure. I don't know why I'm not feeling this part of the island. There's other islands to see. You're meant to give 24 hours notice for the bus back, but for the boat back home, and I haven't done that, so I just wanted to check what my options were and see if I could go home today if I wanted. Turns out the office isn't open till half 8, so I don't know. On the other hand, I found this really off-beaten trail track thing that you actually have to climb that takes you to Long Beach, which is meant to be a beautiful beach. And I kind of wanted to do that today. I'm just itching to get off of here though. Something about it that I just don't really, not really clicking with the vibe. I'm not sure why. I really need a haircut. We went to book the boat ticket. They didn't have a ticket for the speedboat, so we booked onto the slow boat at 4 PM, which takes 2 hours. Then we went back to pay, or to book more, so we went back to confirm, and there was a cancellation, so we're on the speedboat at midday, but it's late. It's not very speedy, so we're waiting for it. Is it 1/4 past?
Yeah.
It's 15 minutes late. We're just sitting here waiting for it to not be late. To Nooksville.
Yeah.
Going to Nooksville, and we don't know what we're doing after that.
That guy just back flipped off and it's from over that road.
Didn't it?
Yeah.
Welcome to my Monday, 6:47 AM, and I'm back on that coffee hunt. No, thank you. See that hill? I think we've got to walk that hill. Look at the sun, it's just risen. Not long missed the sunrise. Should have got up like half an hour earlier. Damn it. Chinookville is a buzzing little town, would you call it? I'm going to call it a town. It's a buzzing little town this early in the morning. Loads of people about. Seems I took a wrong turn, but that's okay. That's why I decided to walk the 40-minute journey. See if I can try and pick up the vibe of the town, you know? So far, I'm just seeing a hell of a lot of police. As far as I can tell, we're not near a base or a police station. Weird. That way. That's not where I was looking for, but that would serve. They don't look up. 7:30. Well, I guess if the other place is rubbish, we have an alternative now. All I want is coffee and somewhere to work. We found it. It wasn't really what we was looking for. I'm gonna try and find my way back to the one we passed earlier. That looked quite cozy. but I'm lost. There is a dog down there that really doesn't like me. And I have no idea why. I've done absolutely nothing to him. But he like barked and bared his teeth, and he howled, and his friends came along and they all bared their teeth at me as well. I'm wondering if he didn't like the little my furry mic. Looked like I was holding a little puppy or something, I don't know. I'm knackered now. I'm very knackered. I've been walking for a while. Yeah, I've been walking about an hour and it's really hot already. So, yeah. The reason why I'm not with Scott and Kirsty is because the trend lately is that I am really trying to get this YouTube, really want to build a platform, create like a YouTube family, have people I can interact with after I create this content. And I love doing this, I want to create the content, but it would mean a lot to me if people were seeing the content. So I've been focusing on that a lot. But I've been concentrating on work and they've been pretty cool with it. I was playing a couple of poker tournaments yesterday, so I couldn't go out. They bumped into some people they knew. They went out and I was asleep when they came in. And I heard them both be sick at one point, so they obviously had a bit of a heavy night, which is hilarious to me because I feel fine. And they're going to be struggling all through the day. I meant to check out of our hostel in a couple of hours. I actually don't think they're gonna be ready to do that. I think they're gonna need to stay there another night. So I guess we'll do that. I like traveling with these guys. Pretty down to earth people. They're cool. I have a laugh with them. It's nice. I've got 10 minutes for this place to open. I'm just trying to kill time. I think they're opening. Let's do this. That place was not what I expected it to be. But surprisingly, it didn't do the kind of food. It was good, it was okay. They had good internet and the coffee was okay. Food was rubbish. It served its purpose. I'm now making my way back to the hostel because I haven't heard from Scott and Kirsty, so I'm assuming they're still asleep and it's approaching checkout time. In fact, I think it's gone checkout time. Would you believe it? No tuk-tuk has gone past me and I've been walking for 10 minutes. That's like the first time this ever happened in Asia, ever. So far today, this vlog's turning out to be very talky. Me talking into the camera. I need to do something about that. Some guy just pulled up to me on a motorbike and asked me if I wanted a lift. I said no thank you. Then he said, do you want to buy anything? I said no thank you. And then he said, do you want me to take you somewhere where you can buy some not so legal stuff? Hello. And I said no thank you. And then he said, okay, thank you very much. And he just went on his way. I don't mind that. I mean, I'm getting sick of being offered drugs, but you get it a lot in Asia and you can get fed up with it. I don't mind it. They can come and ask me a couple of questions if I want this, if I want that. If I say no thank you, politely, and they say, okay, cheers, and they're on their way, even if they're not polite and they just piss off after that, it's fine. The problem arises when they follow you down the road, especially when you're carrying a lot of gear and you're worried about getting robbed and you're on your own. I mean, in Hanoi, I had one guy follow me for 2 streets, and when I eventually said, look, go away, I don't want anything, got the ump and threatened to beat me up. That's not on, man. How do you expect anyone to buy anything from you? Anyway, Cambodia, different story. People in Cambodia I'm getting on with so far. Very friendly, I like it. Quick update, it turns out Kirsty wasn't drunk, she's just ill. So she was throwing up for no reason. I mean, she wasn't throwing up because she was drunk, she was throwing up because she's sick and I was laughing at her. Scott was drunk though, Scott was very drunk. We just went for something to eat, we're going back because, well, Kirsty's ill and Scott's hanging. That's what we're doing.
I'm getting there.
Look at the tuk-tuk, we have doors. Look. It's like a really classy tuk-tuk. Moving up in the world.